welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you could join me today. I thought I would share with you a few of my finished hats, not including the ones for my June hat challenge thing that I'm doing. I'm not going to show you those until, you get to see them, but not all together until the end of the month or the first of next month. But I do have a few hats here to share with you that I have finished. And also, I thought I would share with you something that we've been talking about for the last, 2 weeks almost? So let me get that over with first, and then I will show you my hats. So if you remember in previous videos when I've been drawing out yarn out of my scrap yarn crate, tote, basket, whatever you want to call it, I had this big massive pile of yarn barf in the middle. And sometimes the yarn that I pulled up, I had to sit there and pull and pull and pull and pull because it was all entangled in this big massive yarn barf. Check this out. I have actually taken care of that big massive pile of yarn barf. Yes, I've got these, but there is no barf in the middle of my basket anywhere. Check that out. Now it should be easier to pull yarn out of here. Let's take you from. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I think that looks so much better and neater, and I'm glad I took the time to take care of that big pile of yarn barf. On with the hats. Like I said, these are some recent ones that I have made, and these do not include my June challenge. It's kind of like chopped, but with yarn that I'm doing, where I'm using my scrap balls. So the first couple that I have are actually knitted on knitting needles. I did finally finish this, what is it, Frosty Fleck or something. It's right here. I don't like this yarn. Yeah, Frosty Green Fleck, F-L-E-C-K. It is a red hard yarn, and it is super duper scratchy, but I did finish it finally. I did kind of a quick decrease and tied up the top. I don't like the way this hat looks on top, but that's neither here nor there. Somebody will definitely enjoy it. The other hat that I did, which I did an interesting twist, and this is what gave me the idea for the June challenge that I have for myself, is I just randomly grabbed a couple of balls of scrap yarn, which the remainder of those scrap balls are back in my basket, and both of them were under 2 ounces, or under 2 ounces. But I randomly grabbed them out, and I decided to knit a hat with it, and I didn't want to go just straight, stripes, normal size stripes, trying to figure it out. So I got me a 4-sided dice. Now that sounds, actually it's 3-sided. It looks like a pyramid, but there's numbers 1 through 3, and this is a gaming dice. So a couple of the corners have a symbol on them, and I used that symbol as the number 4. And what I did was I rolled that, and whatever it landed on is how many rows of each color I did. So I would, except for when I first started and when I first ended, but the rest of the hat is the way I did that. So I'd roll it, and if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, I would do that many rows, and then I would switch colors. Now this is the first time that I have actually carried yarn up in knitting for any length of rows. I don't think I did too bad. It doesn't look too bad, but I definitely need to probably do some research and do a little more practicing on that. But anyway, here is what that hat looks like. And this is the actual Ross hat pattern. I got my DPNs out, and I did the normal decrease on the top. So no quick decrease, it was the actual normal decrease. I think it looks pretty good. Actually, I did it a little bit different, but I did do it with DPNs. And as you can see, there are like 2 rows, 4 rows, 2 rows, 4 rows, 3 rows, 3 rows, 3 rows, 1 row, 2 rows. Yeah. I think it turned out really cool looking, and it is like 2 different shades of green, which is even cooler. Now, what I am interested in the most is, there is my seam, I guess you can say. This is where I carried my yarn up. It's a little wonky, looks a little weird, but I don't think it looks all that bad. And here's what it looks like on the inside where I did that. A couple places I forgot to do something with my yarn, but for the most part I think I did pretty good at carrying that all the way up. And I stopped right here and just finished up the top with the same color, because once I got to the DP ends I was having a lot of trouble, you know, figuring out where my yarn needed to be to carry it over to the next row. So anyway, there is that hat. It's kind of thin, but I think it looks really cool. I like the way that one turned out. Now these next three are Addy hats. This one is, I think this is the second half of that Twizzler. The inside is all one color, and then the outside has a little bit of color changing a little bit to it, and then it's a different color on the top. I do like this side better, so I'm going to put that one out. The individual can turn wrong side out or right side out, whichever side out they want. This next one is the one that I have a little bit left over. Red Hot is what it's called. I wound it up into a ball, but I do have some left over. I tried working with it on the Addy with this half of it, and it was giving me all kinds of trouble, so I took it off. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll be able to work with it on the Addy, or I will have to do something different with it. But this is the first half of it. Let me fix the screen here. The top of it is orange, and then it goes like orange and red speckled into red. And then the inside is the red and white, I guess it's called a marl, correct? And then red. So this is a really cool hat. I really like this. And then the last one that I have for you is a I Love This Yarn print. I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh. This one is called Sherbert's Stripe. And I'll show you there's Sherbert's Stripe. And it is an I Love This Yarn print. This is what's left of it. I have about an ounce, or a little over an ounce left, because this is a 5 ounce, and it actually takes about 2 ounces of yarn on an Addy for me to make a hat. But this is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I absolutely love this hat. There's that side. The other side looks pretty much the same. I do believe, yeah, I had a boo-boo on this. That's why I put this side in. There was a knot in the yarn, and I thought I had it correct, but as you can see, there is like a elongated stitch there. So that's why I put that on the inside. It won't unravel or anything. It's caught okay. But I absolutely love the way this yarn looks. Very pretty. So anyway, there you go. I can put these hats into my bucket, and that puts me a little bit closer on the way to my, what I say, 47 and a half hats or whatever it was that I started the month out with. That puts me a lot closer. Those have actually been sitting here for a while. So, yeah, I've been collecting them. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me here in the craft room, and I will see you right back here for my next video.